Hey everyone, this is Sean Powell. Just woke up this morning to a nice little surprise. It's going to be another $1,000 I made today. It is actually 9/27 of 2016, and I just want to show you right here in the last week, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. That's 4,000. I actually have made a $5,000. The guy's waiting for Pesa to get cleared up. But anyhow, so literally it's been $5,000 I've created in 1 week in Exitus Elite. The business just keeps going. You know what I'm saying? But what I want to talk about right now is going to be when you first get in, exactly what you need to do to get set up and going real quick. Not going to talking about theories on how to get leads this time. I'm just talking about when you get in, what you need to do to make sure that you're good to go and keep going. You know what I'm saying? So you can start getting paid. Um, One of the very first things, y'all, that you could do here is going to be if you go up to send and receive here in PayPal. Now, obviously, this is just for the $1,000 part. The $299 part is going to be for for the administration fees. And I do have a notification that came in yesterday or day before yesterday, well, one of those times, where I started talking about we got a new pay source that should be in place in the next week, in this week coming up, right? And that came in on Saturday. I'm sorry, Sunday is when I actually got that notification. But so that's going to be really nice. Pays that y'all can be very easy for people to pay if you understand how to do it. The way that I would describe the best way to do it is make sure the person does a personal account. The reason why is it doesn't take verification to go ahead and get them to pay for the $299. Some people are ready to go ahead and get started. Anytime they do a business account, then they're gonna have to get verified to make sure it's a business that obviously pays is not gonna allow them to start putting money against a business that ain't even theirs, or something of that nature. So that's why it's one thing. So if you don't give them a little bit of guidance, they're gonna wind up having to wait to jump through some hoops and they're really don't know any better. You understand? It's not their fault. They're doing what they think is supposed to be right. So if you give them just a little bit of guidance, just a little bit, it'll help them get through. Okay, so when they go to Payza, y'all, they want to go to a personal account, and then what you'll do is you get your email and your password, and then you go back to Access Elite and you pay with a debit and credit card through Payza. You don't have to fill Payza. You don't have to put money in Payza. You don't do anything. You get up to $500 in 30 days that you can use in Payza without getting verified. Okay. Now, Payza is a great way of getting paid. I would highly suggest go ahead and getting verified, but you don't have to get verified before you use it to do the 299. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Payza more than likely will stay as a backup system for Exodus Elite, so that's going to be something you might want to get in the future anyhow. And to be honest, y'all, I was getting paid all my income basically from my previous business was going through Payza. I was having no problems of getting paid with them. So if I was y'all, I would highly suggest maybe using that as another source for people to pay to get into your business by paying for the Genesis package. So once again, y'all, just take the time to get verified, but you don't have to get verified right from the get-go. That's what I'm trying to say. Go ahead and pay that $299 that way, and then you can go from there. Okay. Now, here's a little thing that's really cool. If you go to PayPal, go to send a request at the very top. If you see this right here, this is get your paypal.me link. Okay. Now, what this actually does, y'all, is it provides you a simple, easy way to give links out to people on Facebook, on anywhere. You can do it in an email, anything like that. So that's going to be something I would highly suggest having. Now, real important, y'all, is when you are you having people send money to you. They've got friends and family right here, and then you got pay for goods and services. Now, to be honest, I've had some people send me both. Even though I wrote the instructions exactly how to do here, they would still send me money as friends and family. Okay, now I'm not going to actually send PayPal and let them know that this guy, blah, 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 messed up, or this lady. Because to be honest, I've already talked to PayPal to make sure it was okay if they had a mess up or something like that. Now, obviously, if you're making $20,000 a month, and pretty sure PayPal is not thinking or is not going to think that your family and friends are sending you all $1,000. it's going to bring up some flags. You understand what I'm saying? So right from the get-go. So in my opinion, one of the best things you can do is to write when you're explaining how to do PayPal inside of your Exitus Elite business. And I'll go through that in just a minute. You want to pick pay for goods and services. Now, if I'm going to show you this real well, I'm not going to show you either. It was $1,000 that you make, obviously, but $23 and I think 90 cents or $23.70 is going to be the money that PayPal makes. Now, the reason you should not sweat this is because two reasons. Number one, you want to keep good with PayPal. Okay, you don't want to get PayPal's bad side. How do you stay good with PayPal? By making sure you're doing it a legit business. You see what I'm saying? And on top of that, y'all, so you don't want them breathing down your back or trying to get the money out of you or blah, 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 and holding your account and stuff like that. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Now, secondly, anytime you use money to make money in this sense, like PayPal's, as a fee, that's a tax write-off. Okay, so you're going to be getting your money back anyhow. So don't sweat that. So go ahead and set it up the way it's supposed to be. And if every once in a while somebody messes up and does this, don't worry about it. But just you want to direct people to the specific, goods and services. Secondly, if you make a PayPal.me, I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like if you've never seen it. Let's go to paypal.me / and there's the one I made. Okay, now let me show you what it looks like. Bam. See, you can give this link out on Facebook. You can give this link out on anywhere, and literally just be paypal.me. The rest is going to be filled in for you, even when you give it out on Facebook, and it gives them an opportunity to pay the $1,000 that easy. Yeah, so that gives you straight access to here without having to jump through hoops or anything like that. Now, another good thing about this is when you make your paypal.me, all you got to do is click right here. Now, mine's not going to let me because it's already done it. But it lets you choose between goods and services or friends and family. Go ahead and set this up as goods and services. And then all you literally got to do is copy this right here, y'all. Send that out to whoever, and it's going to go to that page right here. And it's going to be a really good way of getting paid. And it's simplified, very, very simplified. Now, let's go to Exitus Elite. One of the best ways, I think, to go ahead and at least get you going and started is as soon as you come in Exitus Elite and you paid for your Genesis package, go down here to the left side. This is product payment, and go to payment sent. Okay. Now, what payment sent is going to do is it's going to show you the money that you sent to your sponsor. Okay. Now, why you want to look at this now is because of the fact you want to go to payment, PayPal payment, and you can literally see exactly what the sponsor does. Now, what you could do, right, if you notice, just like I suggested, there's payment to paypal.me, so that's made real simplified for them, and it's just simple directions. This is going to be something that you're going to write. You could copy this, y'all. Okay, copy it. Go down here to profile management, payment information, and this is going to be your payment information, okay? And then you're going to go to edit payment options. You could pick PayPal, and then you could paste that in and obviously change to make it work for you, whatever you're supposed to have, okay? Now, I was showing you Frank Calabro's in the way that he did it, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? Now, the only thing that I really think that I like to do as well is I was trying to make sure people were not going through friends and family the best I could. So I'd make sure to put up here, send and request, check paying for goods and services. That's exactly what I did. I gave them a link back here. I could have done a paypal.me. I had both up here, and people were getting a little confused. But you could do like Frank's done, or you could do like this one, either one. And I put my phone number down here. The reason why, y'all, is sometimes people are really new or get confused. I don't want somebody to quit paying you $1,000 just because of that. So I would tell them to get in touch with me if they need anything and put my number right here. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I personally do. Okay. Now, obviously, that was for PayPal. I'm not going to save this. I haven't changed anything. Bank details, y'all. Now, when it comes to bank details, this is for people who are going to do bank wires. And to be honest, you're looking at your routing numbers and your account numbers. Now, theoretically, someone could take your routing numbers, your account numbers, and you could make a check number and make a check, and bam, they'll be able to cash a check off of your account. In my opinion, this is just my opinion, I don't really think it's a good idea to necessarily have your bank details just listed here. If someone wants to go with a bank wire, they contact me, and then we'll see about setting it up. Now, I have done bank wires, but when I give out my bank wire information, I know who's got it. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not going to be the whole world's openly could go here and look at this. I don't want that. I want this to be just down to, the nitty gritty, the people who need to use bank wire and nothing else, then they can contact me. Bitcoin, y'all. That's something that personally a lot of people like to use. I don't personally have Bitcoin right now. Maybe one day in the future it will be. It's just something that I don't personally do. But that's the same way that you get set up earlier. Frank Calabro don't have Bitcoin either. Others, now in others, I like to give people several options here. This is ran together, but to be honest, when you click on it, edit payment options, let me see what mine looks like. I've got it divided. It just happens to run it together here. So when they're looking at it, it's going to be, a little bit different. I've got Payza. I've got cashier's check, cash or money order. Now, I'm going to explain something to y'all, real important. Just because someone sends you a check, and if it could be in the mail, and that's fine. I received one check, and that's fine. Just because you received a check does not mean you go ahead and send out this as being paid. You know what I'm saying? Got a hair on the screen. Sorry. What you want to do, y'all, is to make sure that check is cleared before you mash that. Understand that as soon as you say you get a notification up here at the very top saying that you've been, paid, and then you okay that, that is your responsibility. That is literally your responsibility saying that you got paid. So, in my opinion, I would not sit here and give people, the benefit of something bad happening or anything of that nature. Secondly, you're saying you got paid $1,000. You're going to be paid. I'm sorry, you're going to have to pay taxes on that. All right. So that's something else you need to be careful with. Make sure that you actually got paid, because if you just let it up there and say, "Oh, this looks good," I've seen some people do something as stupid as that. It's going to bite you in the tail. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So that's real important. Literally, y'all, I think that PayPal, the others, I would highly suggest Payza, y'all. I have no problem with that. A lot of people love Payza. You'll be surprised from other businesses that it would go ahead and get you started. It's real easy to send money from Payza to your bank account. Almost identical to just about how PayPal does. Not a whole lot of difference. Now, one more thing. A lot of y'all, while you're ready to go ahead and get to your, the way that you get paid first before you give out any links, if you want to know how to give you links out, go into marketing, go to lead capture pages, and these are some of the default, well, the bank, I'm sorry, the landing pages that come from Exitus Elite, and some of these are really good, y'all. I've seen some people like to use this one. This is my favorite. To be honest, it's the only one I'm using. This one's fairly decent. It's a video. The only one of the biggest drawbacks for using video is when you're using a handheld device and it's the video in the background. I'm not talking about YouTube video in the middle, video in the background. It's not going to show. Now, they do have a default page to fallbacks on, and it's this car sitting there. And that's what it should be. It should be a fallback picture to have in case it doesn't load up. So at least they've got that set up right. And so if you just like this Lamborghini video and you want to use that one, then there you go. This was one that they fairly new that they added. But again, in my opinion, this has been a really sharp one. What do you got to do, y'all? Copy and give it out. Now, what that's got is your username already built in. Now, what you'll be able to do then is when you give it out to them, it's going to give the autoresponder emails going out. This is going through the landing page, the sales page. And the best part about the landing page is on this page, it will not accept you into the business. It will not let you look into the sales page without a real email. So every lead that you get here is going to be a real lead. And I think that's very, very beneficial right by itself. Trying to think of anything else that you might need to know right from the get-go. I think that's basically going to be it. I would suggest as soon as you come in, go ahead and contact your sponsor. They know that they've gotten paid. But I'm saying let them go ahead and start you going in the right direction. If you connected with someone because of the training or whatever reason, and then on top of that, there are some secrets or a secret Facebook group that you need to be a part of. Now, it's only available to the people who are Exodus Elite members. So if you haven't paid for this, then you don't need to be in this one. You understand what I'm saying? But there's a lot of good training on Facebook. A lot of people have had a lot of results using that. And it gives you a chance to be around other people. And on top of that, you get to see up to the minute what's happening to Exodus Elite. Okay, so all those are very important. And user notifications. I don't have it right here. I don't have one this morning, but I got one a couple of days ago. That was very important. So definitely watch out for your user notifications. And obviously, y'all, you can start going through your training. But to me, this is really what a startup should be for Exodus Elite. Y'all, if you need anything, let me know. Anybody's coming to Exodus Elite, I'm putting the first person in underneath you. That's probably never going to change if I had to guess. I don't think of a better way than to go ahead and get you started and get you one step closer to you making $1,000. That means the very first person you put in, however you choose to do that, is going to be your money. Okay, so to me, I think that's a awesome way of go ahead and get you started and going in the right direction. And obviously, I train people and teach people how to do the business. Now, how I do it is not the only way to do it, but I will say I've learned a lot. I'm someone who puts action, apply action all the time, and everything I'm doing, I learn from it. And of course, I'm going to tell you what I think is the best way to do it. So, y'all, if you need anything, let me know. My phone number's down below. I'd be tickled to help you out. Appreciate it.